Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals, this is James Teddy again, and today's video is just kind of gonna be all over the place because I've got a lot of energy and it's after midnight and I'm just gonna ramble at you, so woohoo, rambly video. So basically, I was planning on making this video about how frustrating it can be to be in the middle of your transition and not have noticed any real changes, because that's kind of how I was feeling at the beginning of the day today when I was coming up with the concept for it. But then I went out and I was hanging out with my friends Adrian and Lindsay, and they told me that my voice sounded lower, so I just went over to the piano, because that's what you do when you're supposed to be asleep, and I was testing my range, and I actually went down about like a half step lower than I usually do, which is really, really exciting. And I just want to like put it out there into the world that like if you're trans and you decide to transition and you get there, like, stuff actually does happen. It's not some sort of weird thing that's like a scam on the internet where people are doctoring photos. Like, changes actually do happen. My voice is actually lower, and it feels so good to like hear myself and actually have evidence. I recorded it, I Snapchatted everybody I know. My voice has actually dropped slightly from where it used to be. And as somebody who started out as a second soprano and forcibly pushed his voice down to an alto, that feels really, really good. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that with everybody. And since I'm awake and just warmed up, I guess I'm gonna be singing some songs now. So enjoy the midnight stylings of James Theodore. So this is a song that's been stuck in my head for a couple of weeks now, and I thought that I'd just get it out of my system. So here's Go the Distance from Disney's Hercules. I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a great warm welcome will be waiting for me. And the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be." I will find my way, I can go the distance, I'll be there someday, somehow I'll be strong. I know every mile will be worth my while. I could go most anywhere to feel like I belong. I am on my way, I can go the distance, I don't care how far, somehow I'll be strong. I know every mile will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere to find where I belong. Down an unknown road to embrace my fate. Though that road may wander, it will lead me to you, and 1,000 years would be worth the wait. It might take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through. Okay, so this is my signature audition piece, and it's just a really fun, happy song that I enjoy, so I hope you enjoy it as well. There are giants in the sky. There are great, tall, terrible giants in the sky. When you're way up high and you look below at the world you've left and the things you've known, little more than a glance enough to show you just how small you are. When you're way up high and you're on your own in a world like none that you've ever known, and the sky is lead and the earth is stone, you're free to do whatever pleases you, exploring things you never dare 'cause you don't care when suddenly there's a great, tall, terrible giant at the door. A great, tall, terrible lady giant sweeping the floor. And she gives you food and she gives you rest, and she draws you close to her giant breast. And you know things now that you never knew before. Not till the sky. There are giants in the sky. There are great, tall, terrible, awesome, scary, wonderful giants in the sky. since this appears to be an upbeat signature song video so far, I'm gonna sing Bare Necessities again because A, it's just a great song, and B, my friend Lindsay got it stuck in my head today, so thanks Lindsay, this one's for you. Look for the bare necessities, those simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean those bare necessities that mean a bear can rest at ease. Those simple bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be fonder of my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. And you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants, then maybe try a few. You, the bare necessities of life will come to you. They'll come to you. They'll come to you. Ba 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 ba. So while we're doing signature pieces, one of the strangest experiences I've ever had in the theater is that I was in a show where I had to get into a penguin suit every night and sing classic Barry Manilow songs. So I'm not going to wear a penguin sack, but I am going to sing to you Copacabana, which is one of my favorite songs by the great Barry Manilow. Her name was Lola, she was a showgirl, with yellow feathers in her hair and a dress cut down to there. She would merengue and do the cha-cha, and while she tried to be a star, Tony always tended bar across the crowded floor. They worked from 8 till 4. They were young and they had each other. Who could ask for more at the Copacabana? The hottest spot north of Havana, at the Copacabana. Music and passion were always in fashion at the Copa. They fell in love. His name was Rico, he wore a diamond. He was escorted to his chair, he saw Lola dancing there. And when she finished, he called her over. But Rico went a bit too far. Tony sailed across the bar and then the punches flew. And chairs were smashed in two. There was blood and a single gunshot, but just who shot who at the Copacabana? The hottest spot north of Havana, at the Copacabana. Music and passion were always in fashion at the Copa. She lost her love. Her name is Lola, she was a showgirl. But that was 30 years ago when they used to have a show. Now it's a disco, but not for Lola. Still in the dress she used to wear, faded feathers in her hair. She sits there so refined and drinks herself half blind. She lost her youth and she lost her Tony. Now she's lost her mind at the Copacabana, the hottest spot north of Havana, at the Copacabana. Music and passion were always the fashion at the Copa. Don't fall in love. So this is a song that's in the fan fiction that I'm currently working on, so it's been stuck in my head for a while, and I thought that I would sing it as long as I'm in a good mood, so here we go. When an irresistible force such as you meets an old immovable object like me, you can bet as sure as you live, something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. When an irresistible smile such as yours warms an old implacable heart such as mine, don't say no because I insist. Somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna be kissed. Fight, 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 fight it with all of our might. Chances are some heavenly star-spangled night we'll find out as sure as we live. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. So one of my dream roles is Harold from The Music Man, so I was going to save this for like a big dream roles video, but I guess I can just cover it again because I really love the song and I really want to sing it, and I'm really hyper right now. So here's 76 Trombones from The Music Man. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horse platoons, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double-bell euphoniums and big bassoons, each bassoon having its big fat say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. Clarinets of every size and trumpeters who'd improvise a full octave higher than the score. Alright, finally, before I'm off to bed, I'm going to sing one song from the show I'm about to direct, which is Camelot. And I love this song because it's super manly, and it just kind of cracks me up because it's such a stereotype of what guys are supposed to be like, which is totally not me, so I'm going to sing it, and some of these notes are a little bit low, but you know what? I'm a little giddy right now, so I'm gonna try and hit him. Let's see how this goes. Camelot, Camelot, in far-off France I heard your call. Camelot, Camelot, and here am I to give my all. I know in my soul what you expect of me, and all that and more I shall be. A knight of the Table Round should be invincible, succeed where a less fantastic man should fail, climb a wall no one else can climb, cleave a dragon in record time, swim a moat in a coat of heavy iron mail. No matter the pain, he ought to be unwincible, impossible deeds should be his daily fare. But where in the world is there in the world a man so extraordinaire? C'est moi, I'm forced to admit, 'tis I humbly reply, that mortal who these marvels can do, c'est moi, 'tis I. I've never lost in battle or game, I'm simply the best by far. When swords are crossed, 'tis always the same, one blow and au revoir. C'est moi, so admirably fit, a French Prometheus unbound, and here I stand with valor untold, exceptionally brave, amazingly bold, to serve at the Table Round. The soul of a knight should be a thing remarkable, his heart and his mind as pure as morning dew, with a will and a self-restraint that's the envy of every saint. He could easily work a miracle or two. To love and desire he ought to be unsparkable, the ways of the flesh should offer no allure. But where in the world is there in the world a man so untouched and pure? C'est moi, I blush to disclose, I'm far too noble to lie. That man in whom these qualities bloom, c'est moi, 'tis I. I've never strayed from all I believe, I'm blessed with an iron will. Had I been made the partner of Eve, we'd be in Eden still. C'est moi, the angels have chose to fight their battles below, and here I stand, as pure as a prayer, incredibly clean, with virtue to spare. The godliest man I know, c'est moi! Alright, well, thanks for bearing with me through all this. I know I can act a little bit weird when I'm tired, but I just wanted to share this huge milestone with you guys, that my voice is actually, starting to change, and it's just really exciting, and I really want to document that. I've been on testosterone for about 34 days, so yeah, I've been doing this for a month, and I'm finally starting to see some change, and just really, really gratifying. So yeah, I guess I'll see you next week.